Hey guys, how's it going? Absolutely Beast here, bringing you a pretty fun PUBG video today. So for those of you that care, this is my second take because I'm rusty because I haven't probably only uploaded a couple videos in a couple weeks, and so I'm getting real rusty. So look at that terrible tank top, and I mean terrible. I thought about wearing it. If it wasn't red, I would. Yeah, so I finally got my black shirt. So I'm just going to show you guys my stats here, just kind of talking through these real quick. So as you see right there, I'm circling. I have 0 wins. Absolutely 0 wins. 324 games played. I've only made 13 top 10, so only 4%. Kill death is 0.7. So that means, you know, a little better, slightly better than 2 kills for every 3 matches that I play. But it's getting much better recently. So duos, you'll see here, I have 1 win, which I just got last night. This was my first win on duos on the PC. I have 2 on the Xbox, but I don't really know. I mean, those do count, but just 0.68 kill deaths, it's about the same there. And then I have 1 win in squads, which we just got last night also. So I haven't gotten a win since December like 21st or 23rd, whenever the game went to 1.0. And we won a game in squads last night. And then a couple games later, after we lost a couple guys, me and my friend played in duos, we got a win there. So I died fairly early on. Not like at the beginning. I had 3 kills or something like that, and I think, you know, it was over halfway done, and I ended up dying, and he finished it out. And it was just a great win. We were both pretty excited. You know, his heart was racing, my heart was pumping pretty good. You know, I wasn't you know, playing. So anyway, man, that menu music is epic. So first game here is on Miramar. So now this game is from December 23rd. So this is basically like right away when the game went live. And so it's amazing to me how terrible I was at this point. So one of the things that you'll notice as I go down there is, you know, I'm not very smooth and fluid with my motions as far as like, oh, I just shot a guy, like time to reload, or like, oh, I just shot a guy and killed him, like time to loot him real quick, or time to like, you know, clear my area first before I start looting, and or even where to loot. Like I was trying to loot his body, not the loot crate that drops when you kill him. So I could tell just from, you know, I mean, I probably only had like 30 to 40. I probably only had like 40 hours of playtime at this point, and I probably have near 120 now. So basically, I have 3 times as much playtime now in the second clip as I did in this first one, and it's pretty apparent when you see what I do in the second clip. So, now, excuse me, you know, spoiler alert, not to ruin the fun for you guys, but I still have not gotten a chicken dinner on solos, and I'm trying so hard to get that. And that will absolutely 100% be a video as long as I'm smart enough to remember to record it, because I forget a lot, especially recently. I've just been so engulfed in wanting to play that happens. So just briefly, as you watch me struggle to kill these guys. Now this first one's pretty good, actually. This first one's not too bad. Or actually, I guess the first one and the second one are not too bad. The third one's pretty bad. So now at this point, I had done enough game playing to know that I didn't want to shoot right away. So see, look, I'm trying to loot his body, and then I'm like, oh, maybe it's right here. And look how slow this is. I mean, I'm like trying to center every item exactly where it needs to go. Like when you loot, you can just pretty much just like, you can kind of just like throw it towards what you need. And it'll pretty much go there as long as you're relatively close. And that was a good kill too. Shotguns are a little bit easier to use in close quarters. But this was the reason I recorded this one and why I saved it for all this time is because this is the first game that I played where I actually felt like, okay, I can actually get a kill. Because before this, I had been basically dropping the busy areas pretty much every time, and I was never getting kills. Never. Like 1 in 6 to 7 games, I would get 1 kill. Maybe. Probably more like 1 in 10 games, and like 1 in 6 or 7, I'd actually like be close to getting a kill. So when I got 3 kills at the beginning of this game like this, right there, I was just like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, I am absolutely... In fact, the title of the video that I titled it, so I knew I would save it, would be 3 shotgun kills cleaning up. So that's how funny it is that... that's how bad I was at the game, that's what I titled it. You know, being like, man, that was like my best game ever. And at the time, this was my best game ever for a while. So also a great time to tell you guys an embarrassing story, and that is... the entire time I've had my PC, since November, I've actually been playing with my screen refresh rate on 30 hertz. And I did a video over the like summer fall time when we were talking about the Xbox One X, talking about how, you know, 4K requires the right cable, the right software, the right hardware, and the right content in order to actually see real 4K. and I basically didn't realize that my monitor was not HDMI 2.0B compatible. So my graphics card is, and HDMI high speed is capable of doing 4K 60 Hz. However, I didn't realize that my monitor's port, even though my monitor's advertised as a 4K 60 Hz monitor, which it is, the port does not actually support HDMI 2.0B. So this entire time I was playing on 30 Hz, and I would watch guys on YouTube and I'd be like, dude, that looks so much smoother than mine. And a lot of them were running like, probably 100 frames, and I was like, okay, well, maybe 100 frames is the reason. And it turns out, no, I was running on 30 Hz the entire time. So that's super embarrassing. Super great way to enter the PC Master Race is to be playing at 30 Hz. I mean, that's like, I can tell the difference between 30 and 60. I thought that something wasn't quite right. I thought maybe it was my 5 millisecond response time. I thought maybe, maybe actually 1 millisecond or something like that. So, anyway. Okay, so, real bad. Real bad. This next clip here, I started the game and forgot to record, and you'll see me in the motorcycle. I'm just completely reckless. Completely reckless with just reckless abandon. As you see there, almost died. So I'm just going to quick prone and use a first aid real quick. So much better already using the hotkey. So I remapped my buttons to like 3, 4, and 5 for boosters, so I can just pop a 3. I don't have to pull up my menu and use it. And I also just found out within the last week that I don't actually have to have my menu up while I'm healing or taking a booster. So now I can use those and flip around me and look, because I made a big bunch of noise there. And I'm sure if someone was watching, they thought I was an idiot. But yeah, so that happened. And right here, I'm not going to talk right here because I want this to just speak for itself, so you guys can see how I do it now, coming in style to take out this next guy that I take out here in a second. So I'll just be quiet for a second so you can enjoy the beauty of this. Okay, so not the best shooting, and I actually didn't realize that the gun was on burst until I watched it back on the first take of the voiceover when I was like, oh, I guess it was on burst. So I really don't like burst. As I'm healing here, I hear a car coming over the hill, and I decided to push him because I wanted to, the closer I can get to this hill right here as he crests it, the better position I'm going to be in for him, but he stopped. So I was like, okay. So I thought he got out maybe, looked left, looked right, didn't see him. I think he was just boosting up, so I ended up killing him there. I love those guys with the numbers as their name. I really actually do. Right here, I'm like, oh, I only have 1 bullet, but I'm going to loot real quick, check his loot. So I can just tell, like, just the comparison of these two clips, like the contrast of these two clips is ridiculous, One of them, you got me, like, struggling to get some kills with a double-barrel shotgun at the beginning on guys who were completely unarmed, and if they had any sort of gun at all, they would have killed me for sure, to me coming flying through the air doing a massive backflip and with a perfect landing, I might add. Like, we're talking Travis Pastrana style landing right there. Just nailed the backflip, and I actually messed up. Like, the reason I rolled the bike on the second hill was because I was going to try and do a second backflip, land, brake, and hop off the bike, but the jump wasn't enough, and once I took off, I realized I was only going to get a couple feet of air, and I ended up clipping the back tire on the top of the hill and flipping over the front. And so I'm going to loot this guy real quick, too. Crouch real quick, take all his energy drinks, I didn't take his first aid kits because I already had 7, which is an absolute garbage ton of first aid kits, and then I was like, well, alright, time to go. So another pro move you'll see me do here, I mean, not pro move, I'm not bragging, but I'm just saying, like, this is something that you can just tell I'm so much better. I'm going to stand the bike up, and while I'm waiting for it, I'm going to do a peek around, make sure no one's coming at me. Hop on the back, that's not a pro move. And I've driven these bikes enough to know how to keep it from flipping, if you're trying to be careful. So I was just, keeping the bike from flipping here. Just trying to be pretty careful. Make sure I'm just, taking it easy and not causing an accident. But this next one here, though, I do end up, again, like I said, complete and total recklessness. So I started this game and forgot to record at the beginning, and I looted a building and killed one guy that came into the bottom. And check this out. Yeah. Landed right on my head, and I don't know how I didn't die. That was way better. That was way worse of a crash than the first one, and I didn't take as much damage on this one. So I was sitting there looting the building, and it was all quiet, and I heard the garbage truck come down my street. So yesterday was Martin Luther King Day, so they should have skipped a day for garbage, but they didn't. And so I freaked out and ran and took the garbage out real quick. I was gone for 5 or 6 minutes, and I came back, and there was only like 20 people left. And so that's where we started on the motorcycle. As I was going across the field on the motorcycle, I was like, dudes, I'm recording right now. And I'm glad I did, because, you know, this is a pretty good sequence for me. This might be one of the better sequences I've had on here. I'm just, you know, popping some domes, basically. I mean, I shot that guy in the leg, the last guy, but here you see me boosting. The only reason I pulled up my menu there was because I tried to use a painkiller and it didn't work right away. So I checked to make sure I had enough of them, and then when I saw I had 11 energy drinks, I was like, oh, bruh, I gotta do that. So, of course, I saw the movement over there. So now I'm leaning, which is something that I don't do very often. And definitely probably should have been a death on my part. He didn't seem like he was that good of a shot. But, you know, I just kept at it, and I wasn't necessarily missing. I was shooting a little faster than I probably should have. So I'm not going to free look a ton right here, because I'm actually trying to just make sure there's no guys up on the ridge. I figured, you know, the zone's off to my left, so there might be guys coming in there, but I figured they're probably not going to be looking up as much. And I didn't want to get killed from up on top of this hill here. And so, like I said, spoiler alert, I don't get a chicken dinner. I'm still in search of my first solo chicken dinner. I've gotten to number 2 twice now. Been the second guy, and I'm still not quite there with the movement. So initially the movement was my problem, and then once I started to get the movement down a little bit, then the aim became my problem. Now that I'm at maybe like almost 120 hours, the aim is not my problem anymore. The problem is the movement. So things like the leaning I was doing around that tree, that leaning and then just trying to target him. I was fairly on target, but I need to be going more for headshots. It's a bad habit of mine that I've had for years and years and years. I go for chest shots because center mass is easier to hit than headshots, but headshots are where it's at. So I hear the shooting over there. I thought maybe when I came over this hill I'd see the guy, but I didn't. And I knew there was a guy somewhere here because I heard because I saw the buggy and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, guys, I'm sorry I haven't been putting up many videos recently. I've been playing this just pretty much nonstop, and it takes me about 2 hours to put up a video. So I'd much rather just be playing this. So I haven't forgotten, and I'll keep uploading, and I'll keep getting some stuff. And as soon as I get my first chicken dinner, I will bring it to you. So thank you guys for being here. Make sure you check out my channel. Check out the other stuff on my channel if you want, and subscribe if you like my content. Check back soon. See you guys later. Really appreciate it. Thank you.